What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the final episode of my NHL 25 Ottawa Senators franchise mode series. As always, guys, thank you so much for the last episode. If you leave a thumbs up on this one as well, I'd really appreciate it. Now, if you guys missed the last episode, I highly recommend going and checking that one out first, as we finally won a Stanley Cup. This is Ottawa's first ever Stanley Cup, if you don't count old team back in the early 1900s. So, very proud of the squad. I feel like last year we had an absolutely stacked team. Now, due to there being a salary cap, we did lose some guys. Zellweger was a big one. We traded for Pastrnak. We lost him. But still, I feel like we have a solid team for this year, trying to run it back and repeat as Stanley Cup champion. So the first line here, no change. Stützle, Draisaitl, Tkachuk, they're so good last year. Right now, they're getting a +3, but I'm going to have some conversations with them trying to improve the scheme fit. I saw when you guys say wait till the season starts, you have a better chance of having success with that. Second line, Batherson, Hischier, Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald here was on the Oilers trade for him. Basically, just want him to score. He's got a really good shot there. Not too much else. Crystal there, we also got really cheap, playing with Pinto. Datsuk on the third line, unfortunately, not Pavel. Fourth line there, you got Kessler playing with Spalkfest and James. I think this has to be one of the better fourth lines in the NHL. They're all very good defensively. Top pairing there, Sanderson, Cripps, gain a +4, which means they're playing like 96 and 98 respectively. Yakimchuk, Vorobyev on the second pair. Now, Elias and Miller get a -3. Definitely got to try and talk to them again. Goaltending-wise, on Draenau, there's an 88. Lukin and back and ups 82. In terms of the special teams, again, we're actually getting pretty solid chemistry, +5 on that top unit. Everybody there looks really good. Even the second one there, I think, isn't too bad. I've got Sanderson actually on it now. Foreman one's a +5. The second one there's a +4. PK one's a +5, so that's a huge unit. Even the second there was Stützle, +2, +4 on the third. So the chemistry on the special teams, I think, is actually better than 5v5. And then in terms of the AHL team, guys, you got Lutz, Moore, and Hermanson, 81, 82, 83, getting a +2. Hopefully can dominate the AHL. Our AHL team actually is also coming off a Calder Cup. We won both last year, should mention that. And this is the AHL team's third Calder Cup. On the second line, you got Stopchuk there on the wing now, playing with Fisker, Mollegard, and Periskak. They're all 80s. Even the bottom six there is like high 70s. In terms of the defense, again, 10 to high 70s there, led by Henriks, who's actually an 80 overall. And then goalies, you got Gamson an 80. So no reason why the AHL team can't make another deep playoff run. And now before we get started here, guys, with the final sim, I'll show you our ratings. 95 offense and defense with 88 goaltending. I feel like they're a solid team. Let's see if they can repeat as Stanley Cup champs. And I just had a conversation, guys, with every single player to adjust their scheme fit to better fit our new head coach and Andrew Brunette. I probably should have mentioned too, kind of funny, Bruce Cassidy retired right after he won that Stanley Cup, so had to bring in Andrew Brunette here. And I gotta say, like, conversations are honestly so OP. So normally I'd only do this if I saw a negative line, but I decided why not just try doing it on every single line. Now the top line there gets a +5, before it was +3. Second line as well gets a +5, third's a +3, fourth line +2. There were some guys who I tried talking to and they said no. I think Datsuk might have been one of them. I know Tkachuk also said no, but luckily didn't matter. Still getting a +5. Defensively, the top pair was already getting a +5, I think. Second gets a +1. The bottom pair here was getting -3 before, and now it's a +2. So pretty incredible, honestly, seeing that. And it actually affected our special teams as well, guys. I want to say power play 2 was getting +4 before, now it's a +5. So yeah, like I was saying, conversation system, so OP. Alright, guys, another December here with a record of 25-7-2. Again, we're crushing it. Now, last year we're at the same spot with like a record-breaking, I think, 31-5 record. This isn't quite as good, but it is still really impressive, and it has us first place in the NHL. The Canucks, though, hot in our tail there, only 1 point back. AHL team also crushing it, 24-2. So both teams looking amazing here in our final season. And our NHL scoring leader right now is Brady Tkachuk with 53 points. That's awesome. All right, guys, we're at the trade deadline here. We're continuing to crush it. 45-10-5 record gives us 95 points at the trade deadline. I feel like we should almost have an X on our name at this point. Clearly, you know, talking to the guys, getting them to buy into this new scheme fit, definitely working. Now the Devils, the Oilers there also have 85 points, but looking like should be taking home a President's Trophy. AHL team there as well. First place in their division. And speaking of the AHL team, guys, right now Lutz there is leading the way in scoring, 53 points. And in the NHL, it's Brady Tkachuk already with 96 points at the deadline. That's incredible. The dude's almost got 100. What happened to Brady Tkachuk? Just playing with Draisaitl and Stützle. He is popping off. I see Stützle there has 56 assists. Cripps has 61 points. So this team is just on another level right now. Obviously, good chance we actually can go back-to-back here. Last year, of the franchise, we were full-fledged buyers. I really don't want to mess with this team too much, but we do have, you know, some younger players in the lineup can probably replace. Alexei Lafreniere, 91 overall. Imagine getting him to the team. Shane Wright, Simon Edvinsson there, 90 overall. We could add him as a second D pair. I see he's actually on the Columbus Blue Jackets now. Lucas Raymond, another Red Wing. Josh Norris, we could bring back. I kind of feel bad. Didn't get to win a cup with the team last year. Furcus there, Trey Augustine, Blomqvist, Ravensburgen, Nick Robertson. Okay, so I'm eyeing, yeah, Josh Norris to bring back. I think that'd be kind of cool. and then maybe Edvinson for like the second D pair. I feel like those guys would make the most sense. So we'll see if Tampa Bay would trade us Norris. Now, he'd have to be at 50%, or actually because it's a trade deadline, he might not have to be, but if we actually want to have a shot at getting Edvinson as well, then he would have to be. And so I'm curious to see how Fitzgerald's doing for us. 87 overall now, if you remember, we actually traded down. We get Nichushkin for him, but he's already 87. 17 goals, 15 assists. I mean, second line, second power play. It's not bad. $2.5 million there, 1 more year. Josh Norris, let's see how he's doing with the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's got 28 goals, 21 assists, similar ice time. Could play him basically in the exact same spot, bring him back. I kind of like this. 1 for 1. They like Fitzgerald, Norris on the block. Let's see if they say yes. Trades rejected. I felt like that was actually a really clean 1 for 1 trade. We don't need all these picks this year. Let's bet on ourselves, winning. So that would be the last pick of the 3rd round. They said just a bit low. So in that case, guys, you know what to do. Just add a future 7th, even if it's 4 years away. And now they say yes. Okay, so job 1's done. We got Josh Norris. Simon Edvinson's clause protected. And as you guys can see here, we cannot trade for him, so that kind of sucks. And now, even though we couldn't get Simon Edvinson, guys, I'm curious if we could potentially get David Jaracek here. He's also 90 overall. And you guys can see here, he's got 4 goals, 13 assists, minus 21. But, 91 D awareness, shot block, stick check, 5-star physical. I think he'd definitely be an upgrade here on Vorobyev. Now, I'm making them a pretty big offer. Vorobyev, there's an 85. Playing pretty well this year, but I think Jaracek would be even better. And then I'm also adding Langenbrunner just to make sure we can get him. Again, not on the block, but you look at the Wild here. 21-37. He probably should be. What do the Wild say? Trade is rejected. Tried in a 2nd round pick this year's draft. We'll also add Henrik there, medium top 6 prospect. This seems like a huge overpay. Normally I wouldn't do this, but obviously last year we're going for it. They're saying no. You know what? I have them retaining $2.5 million just to be safe. It does say we're still going to be under the max salary cap. I'm always just worried with this game. Sometimes they'll say that and then it sends someone down to the minors. So no retention. What do the Wild say now? Trade still rejected. And now one thing I didn't check here, guys, on Draenov stats, 916 save percentage. I figured it'd be pretty good based on our record. And again, he's on the last year there of a sub-$1 million deal. So he would definitely be looking to get paid. Now looking around the league, guys, LA Kings here, Matthew Schaefer, 87 overall. Really good defensive stats, 5-star there. Physical's 3.5. We could make a trade for him. I just don't know if it honestly makes sense. Vorobyev here's 2 overall lower, but he's got a plus 19 on the second pairing. Defensively, better shot block, stick check. He does have worse D awareness, but his puck skills there are better actually, 5-star. He's also got 5-star physical. Shot accuracy there is surprisingly super high. Honestly, I think we just kind of stay the course here with this team. I think, bringing Norris back was the right move. I did think about maybe trying to bring back Thomas Chabot, but Chabot, unfortunately, is down in rating now to an 84. Plus, he has the no-move clause, so I think we did right by getting Norris. And we'll see if, we can go back-to-back. And now the trade deadline's complete here, guys. You got Miroshnichenko going to the Minnesota Wild. You got Dante Fabro there returning to the Blue Jackets. Let's see. Chibrikov to the Golden Knights. Ryan Graves there to Blackhawks. Hicks being moved. No, or actually, see, the names are at the back for some reason. Usually the names are first. I see Jake Wallman there to the Edmonton Oilers. I thought they always put the players first, picks seconds, but I guess not. Very there to the Kraken. Again, our trade for Norris. Evangelista there with Truscott to the Oilers. And that's kind of it. So honestly, pretty quiet trade deadline here in our final season. And now look at this, guys. I'm already talking to Josh Norris about changing his scheme fit to fit the second line. So hopefully he can keep that +5 chem. And so after the trade deadline, guys, just an updated look at the team. The second line is actually a +4 now with Norris instead of +5. But again, I think, he's a better player, 89 overall. Not only does he have a great shot, I think just as good, if not better, than Fitzgerald, but his overall game's a lot better. He actually has some puck skills. The other guys was like in the 70s. Defensively, he's not too bad. And of course, longtime center. He's back with his line mate there in Drake Batherson. Of course, going to be no change on the defense. I think for us, Norris is just playing power play 2 as well as the 4-man power play 2. So let's see if we can do right by him here and actually win a Stanley Cup. Oh my goodness, guys, look at this. We finished the year with 60 wins, 14 losses, 8 overtime losses. I was actually watching the simulation, and I was like, okay, we got to get like 9 wins here in our last 11 games. We're a good team. Maybe it could happen. And then after we lost to both Tampa Bay and Minnesota, I was like, all right, we got to win the last 5 straight games. Probably not going to happen. But then we beat the Red Wings, the Hurricanes, Devils, Hurricanes again, and the Flyers to hit 60. That's crazy. 128 points on the year. I feel like, yeah, that's got to be good for the President's Trophy. So there you have it. What a way to end. Even if we're a first-round exit, I feel like, we definitely did all we could here as the GM. AHL team as well, 98 points, tied with the Monsters there. They still have a few games left, but currently first place there in the division. And look at this, guys. The top line popped off. Brady Tkachuk with a career year in 32, 130 points with 71 goals. Are you kidding me? So he must have just been chilling out front of the net, just tipping everything in. I know in the power play, that's his spot, right in front of the goalie. Obviously on the top line, probably taking a bit more shots. I know shoots the puck a ton. They have 348 shots. Wow, just all of a sudden starts exploding once we picked up Draisaitl, 102 last year, followed by 130 this year. That's absolutely incredible. And then Stützle there even, 117. He also benefited big time, actually averaging assists each game there with 82. And again, hit 100 points for the first time last season. And then you got Draisaitl doing what he does, putting up 110 points. Even Batherson there having a huge year, almost a point per game, 60 assists. Cripps as well, close to a point per game as a D-man, 77. That is huge for him at 22 years old. Norris here, 64. I am curious to see with us how he did. 15 points, 22 games, not bad. -4, a little bit concerning. Hopefully, I'll shake that off for the playoffs. Sanderson, second power play, top D pair, put up 61. So yeah, everyone here, his year definitely slowing down a bit. He's now 33, dropped to 85, but one shy of 60 points isn't bad. Pinto there putting up over 50 as well. Datsuk, Crystal in the 40s. Spelkvist playing fourth line in PK, almost had 40 points. Kessler as well, fourth line, 35. Like, whole team here contributing. We're probably first in goals for. Goalies on Drainov, 915 save percentage, 258 goals against. Very, very impressive. AHL-wise, Gamson at 914. And the lead scorer for them is Julian Lutz here, over a point per game. And the moment of truth here, guys, did Tkachuk win the Art Ross trophy? And he did. Let's go. Matthews, though, are you kidding me? Tkachuk scored 70. Matthews said, I hate Ottawa, and scored 86. What? Over a goal a game. What's Gretzky's record for goals in a season? Okay, Gretzky had 92 one season, which is absolutely ridiculous. 87 another, but Matthews did tie Brett Hall there for third all-time in terms of goals in a season. Also, guys, I should point out, Brady Tkachuk's 71 goals actually ties him with Jari Kurri and Wayne Gretzky for the 10th most goals in a season of all time. So, just an incredible year for both those guys. Stützle third in scoring, Draisaitl fourth. I mean, we had 3 of the top 4 scorers in the NHL. Only 5 guys put up 100+ points. Obviously, for goals, I mean, Matthews, Tkachuk, kind of leagues of their own there. The next closest guy, actually, Cole Eisman, who we traded away, 56. It looks like he popped off without us. Same with Pastrnak there. 2 guys that were on our team, both putting up 56 goals. And in terms of defensive scoring here, you got Quinn Hughes leading the way with 91. I mean, Cripps isn't too far off. He's top 5 in scoring there with 77. And his plus-minus is ridiculous, 65. The game loves plus-minus, so he's 14 behind Hughes for the points, but plus-minus there, he's more than double. I think Cripps does have a chance with the Norris. I mean, it is, again, the best defenseman, not the best offensive defenseman or the highest scoring defenseman. On Drainov, most wins in the league, obviously, 51. Now, save percentage for a starter is going to be Ottinger there with 926, and the lowest goals against for a starter is also Ottinger there with a 247. On Drainov, not too far behind, 51 wins. He's probably got an outside shot at the Vezina. And then rookie skaters, Nikita Sinikin with the Boston Bruins put up 55. Probably going to win the Calder. Actually, Datsuk, again, if they like plus-minus, 10 less points, but +7 instead of being a dash player. You never know. And now in terms of the entire league here, guys, obviously we finished first place there, winning the President's Trophy, 128. Now, you actually had 8 teams with 100+ points, which is kind of crazy. And top 15 there in Columbus squeaks in. Are you kidding me? All those years, like, such tough battles in the Atlantic Division. And then the Columbus Blue Jackets are going to get in as a third Metro team with 82 points. What an absolute joke. Last place this final year is Minnesota Wild. Again, I'm not sure why they wouldn't trade us Jarachek, but it is what it is. Goals for, we crushed it, 352. Next closest, the Oilers there with 300. And then lowest goals against here was actually Tampa Bay Lightning. They beat us out by 2. I thought it might be us. Dallas Stars, that is super interesting. Third best goals against, and they're one of the worst teams in the league because apparently they can't score, but they could figure that out. They actually should be pretty good. And now in the first round of the playoffs, guys, are playing the Montreal Canadiens. They've got Slavkovsky, Bethal, and Suzuki as the first line now. Interesting. I don't see Caulfield. He signed somewhere new. Demidov there, though, with Doc and Bordelot. You got Heineman there, Hage, McQueen, Dubois playing for the team he always wanted to in Montreal. William Moore, Patrick Laine still there as well, fourth line. And then defensively here, you got Lane Hudson leading the way. Hagelin's an 88. Anderson, of course, former player of ours. Hart there. Jack Guy still on the team, as well as Reinbacher. And then in goal, they got an 89 Jacob Fowler with an 87 Ravensburgen backing him up. I feel like they've had Ravensburgen on the block the last 2 years, but no one's trained for him, which is kind of interesting. Like, really high potential goalie. Not sure why, you know, some teams not making a move. The good thing for us is it doesn't really matter how good your backup goalie is. So, first 2 games are going to be at home in Ottawa here. I definitely like our team better on paper. And as I say that first game took forever, and we lost it 2-1. Luckily, answered back in Game 2 with a 6-1 win. Game 3 now, obviously, just a short little bus drive from Ottawa to Montreal, and it's a win there, 3-1. In the Bell Center, They're going to be pissed. And we get another win there, 5-4 in OT. So all we got to do now is win one of these next 3 games. And we're moving on to round 2. Unfortunately, Montreal plays spoiler there in game 5. Game 6, though, back in the Bell Center. Another 3-1 loss. Are you kidding me? So this could be the final game, guys, of this Ottawa Senators series. If you're looking at the video timeline, you'll probably know better than me right now. So let's see what happens. Wow. 3-0. That's not good. We outshot them too. I don't know what's going on here. 4-2. I mean, we made it a game. Draisaitl, Batherson, Bethal, though. I mean, we're down 1. A lot of time left, a whole period. We're out-shooting them here. All we need is 2. If we can just get 1, Hage makes it 5-2. Wow. 3-1 series lead. Yakimchuk, okay, 5-3, half through the period. We still have some time. Still, I can't believe we found ourselves here after having a 3-1 series lead on the Canadiens. The 1 seed versus the 8 seed. We're pulling a Boston Bruins here. Wow. I had such high hopes for this team after hitting 60 wins. I think 60 wins might be a curse in the sim. That is incredible. 3-1 lead. Did the Bruins have a 3-1 lead on the Panthers as well? I'm pretty sure they did. And to lose the next 3 straight, we only scored 1 goal in games 5 and game 6. That is honestly a little embarrassing. Now, AHL team here, they're playing the Crunch in the first round. Currently tied 2-2. They were the 1 seed. And they do move on. Okay. Belleville here, guys, has the Cleveland Monsters in the second round. They're looking to repeat as well. Again, I'm pretty upset with the Senators, but it's pretty tough to win back-to-back in this game. And there we go. Belleville, though, moving on to the conference final. They're making the AHL look easy here. They're trying to win their 4th Calder in 8 years, and they're going to sweep the Phantoms before playing the Texas Stars here in the final. They're actually already 1-1 through 2. Somehow the AHL sims so much faster than NHL, maybe because there's less teams in the playoffs now. They're up 3-1. They lost that first game 6-2, and they've been rolling ever since. Let's see. I'll just simulate it game by game here. And, okay, Texas makes it a series. Going to game 6 in Texas. Oh my goodness, they forced game 7. So here we go, guys. Can Belleville repeat? If they win this one, they average the championship every other year, which is pretty incredible. And they're up 1 early. Lutz, leading scorer for our team. 4-3. Wow, we were actually up 3. And then Texas there, 4 unanswered in the second. Big third period. Let's just sim it. Are you kidding me? Ricard there makes it a win for Texas. Both teams blow 3-1 series leads. I mean, it's probably worse to blow it in the championship, but I am still more disappointed in the NHL team. And look at this, guys. The San Jose Sharks actually end up winning the Stanley Cup. So, I mean, led by Macklin Celebrini, I feel like that, young core definitely has a chance of doing so in the future. And Minnesota there, hold on to number 1. And so now looking at the playoff tree here, guys, you can see the Sharks swept the Golden Knights, beat the Oilers in 6, Canucks in 5, and then the Canadiens in 6. So, I mean, at least we lost to the eventual Eastern Conference champion. The Canadiens there almost completed a Cinderella run, so good for them. I'm curious to see what happened. Like, we had so many players have career years. Brady Tkachuk was still popping off. He's up to a 93 now. Like, 12 points in 7 games is ridiculous. Batherson was over a point per game. Draisaitl was. Stützle close. Like, I don't really get it. Plus, minus, I mean, Batterson's a -4, but he was over a point per game. Goaltending on Drainov had good stats. Just, I don't know, just one of those weird things, I guess, kind of fluky. Loose into the 8 seed. So, team awards there. We did get our second President's Trophy, which is awesome. Individually, Brady Tkachuk, Art Ross Trophy. Did not expect him to ever actually win this in the sim. Also won the Hart there back-to-back years. And then look at that. Brock Cripps did get the James Norris for having the highest plus-minus. So, I mean, we got the President's Trophy, the first 3 individual awards. We still had a good season. Draisaitl, Lady Bing, the first 4. No Calder. I mean, we actually still had a chance at that, though, with Datsuk. Martone there, Conn Smythe. That's right. I forgot they actually drafted him in this. If they do get Martone in real life, like, that's going to be an insane young core. You got Jake Onger winning the Vezina. Ivankovic there, William Jennings with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Chesley, Bill Masterton. Preds coach, Jack Adams. So that's one award we never got. Kind of sucks, because basically you have to make the playoffs as a low-rated team, which is pretty hard to do. It's mostly luck-based, which in real life, that's kind of also how it works. Just a team you didn't expect to do good. That's usually who wins head coach of the year. Brady Tkachuk, Ted Lindsay, and then, of course, Matthews. I mean, if you score 86, you get the Maurice Richard. I think that's pretty fair. Again, Texas Stars there, Calder Cup. We did win the regular season, though. Last year, we won both playoff championships. This year, we won both regular season titles. Not terrible, I guess. Bo Horvat leading the AHL in scoring is actually kind of funny. Also got MVP there. Let's see if any of our guys got anything. Lutz, sportsmanship. So that's something. Unfortunately, our only individual award in the AHL. And I'd show you our coach, guys, but there's really no point. Obviously, we just hired Andrew Brunette. So the final thing we'll do here actually is take a look at the record book. I feel like there's actually a good chance we set some. Haven't taken a look at it the entire series. Bastian's only 3 seasons away from Daniel Alfredsson's 17. Brady Tkachuk's about a season away there from Chris Phillips, which is actually unreal. Goals, Brady Tkachuk leads 541. Assists, Timmy Stützle, 40 behind Alfredsson. Points as well, Tkachuk is like 50 behind Alfredsson. Penalty minutes there. Tkachuk's going to double to catch up to Chris Neal. Andreynov about halfway to Craig Anderson's wins. Third of the way to Patrick Leem's shutouts. Now looking at season records here. Brady Tkachuk did set the goal one with 71. Stützle as well has the assist, 82. Tkachuk most points. He just set it with 130. Pretty cool. Andreynov also most wins this season with 51. So definitely cool to see us, setting all these records. Even looking at the rookie records there, Andreynov as a goalie set the wins with 42, shutouts with 6. And then finally game records here. We didn't get any. Marian Hossa, 4 goals, 5 assists. Alfredsson, 7 points. It's pretty tough to beat. Even Leonard's 53 saves there. And now in terms of the entire NHL, guys, Sidney Crosby actually went down most ever games played. Him and Ovechkin actually both passed Marlowe. Goalie games played there. Fleury finished second behind Brodeur. Ovechkin, of course, most goals. Matthews is catching him, and he's still playing. Oh my goodness. Him and Pasternak kind of looking like cheat codes. 979, 972 respectively. That is crazy. Most points, Crosby there finished second behind Gretzky. McDavid's 1 behind Crosby. He also has not retired yet, so McDavid's going to pass Sid. I don't think he catches Gretzky, though, unless he plays to like 45. Assists there as well. Gretzky 1, Crosby 2, McDavid 3. That's incredible. Wins there. Fleury finished number 2 behind Brodeur. Vasilevsky as well was at 3. And then look at the 50-goal seasons here. You can see Obi actually tied Mike Bossy and Wayne Gretzky. Matthews is tied with them as well, and he's still playing, say with Pasternak. Those guys are absolutely goal-scoring machines. And then finally, 100-point seasons there. You can see McDavid's catching Gretzky. 13. He's only 2 behind there with 15 to 13. Even Draisaitl is at 10. So pretty crazy to see, the current day NHL players actually catching so many of the all-time legends. Now, obviously, injuries off definitely plays a factor in that. But that is going to do it, guys, for this series. I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, being a first-round exit in the final year sucks, but luckily we did win that 1 Stanley Cup last season. And as always, guys, let me know in the comment section below which team you want to see me use for our next franchise mode series. That's going to do it for this one, though, guys. If you enjoyed it, leave that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.